Hello, welcome. This is your daily tarot reading and it is for oh God, what day are we on? It's Tuesday today, so it's for Wednesday, so it's for the middle of the week. We're going to go into the energy, see what messages we get from Spirit. I hope you're doing okay. So just pull back from the matrix. Let's just take a deep breath, connect with Spirit. And we're just asking Spirit for a message for Wednesday. And thanks for giving the video a thumbs up. Okay. Message for Wednesday, please. Okay, so what you've got here is the Queen of Swords, the Four of Cups. You're being very sort of vigilant, shall we say, here. There might be things where you're like very cautious and you're thinking you don't want history to repeat itself. You're kind of thinking about what you need to do for yourself going forward, and you're trying to be very careful. You don't want to go through pain or heartache again. There might be something that's kind of preying on you at the moment where you're feeling a bit fed up. Either fed up or just very, very cautious. You know, it's almost like you're just thinking, you know, I'm not really happy with what I've got, or I'm worried I'm going to get more of the same. And you have got a very good grip on what you would like. And I think that's getting clearer and clearer. And maybe because you're getting more of a vision on what you would like in your life, it's kind of making you feel a bit, you know, critical of your life in a way, and you're feeling a bit like, oh, I'm not really happy about certain things. And you know, it is kind of what happens with our ego. Our ego is always looking to pick holes in everything and criticize everything and see sort of things as not good enough, or you know, this needs to change. Like, and that's the human condition, isn't it? Like we're never kind of happy with what we've got. So you might have to be quite vigilant towards your ego and kind of like say to yourself, look, you know, stop picking holes in everything, because, you know, you are a lot more together mentally. You're getting a lot more mastery over yourself mentally than what you were like, you know, a few years ago. You've definitely got a lot more clarity on your life and what your expectations are, and what you want and how you're organising things, you know. So try not to get too disheartened or down in the dumps about certain things, or kind of maybe even like too like I'm trying to think of the word, too vigilant, you know, like you try not to be too cautious in a sense, like it's almost like you're going overboard with how cautious you're being about something, or how much you're picking holes in something. Does that make sense? So let's have a look at your person, because Spirit is actually handing you a lot of good things at the moment. I just want to say that, because that cup is there. Spirit is handing you a lot of good things at the moment, and we want to be grateful for those good things, and we want to enjoy those good things, right? So there's some really nice things that are happening for you at the moment, and you want to enjoy that as much as you can. You don't want to sort of like go into kind of like negativity or criticizing or being too overly cautious, where you're kind of almost expecting things to go wrong or that kind of thing. Okay, so I feel like Tarot is saying, you know, just ease up a bit and chill a little bit, yeah? Chill a little bit, because the Queen of Swords is not chilled at all. And coupled with that Four of Cups, it's kind of like a bit of a neggy energy. Right, now, your person has been weighing things up, or they are weighing things up. They've got sort of like two different paths they could go down, but they're very, very vigilant because they've been betrayed in the past, they've been let down, and they don't really fully trust anybody, I want to say. Now, weirdly, there is also the Wheel of Fortune just sitting right there, and that just flipped over as an extra card. So, you know, destiny is occurring for your person. Your person may be very cautious and guarded. It's you're kind of mirroring each other. You're both being cautious here, you know, and you're both feeling hard done by in life, honestly. But your person's got the Wheel of Fortune. You know, it is really destiny that they've met you. You know, and what's going on, whatever is going on between you and them at the moment is destiny. Okay, whatever's going on in their life at the moment is destiny. So, and their luck could be turning as well. Let's have a look what your person's thinking. Let's see what your person is thinking. I feel like my voice is a bit louder today. It's because I've been dealing with loads of things this morning, so let's go back into spirit. I'll calm down a bit. Okay, well, we've had that card recently. Okay, your person's saying, I'm waiting for us both to be ready. You're both, you know, you both equally working on a hell of a lot in your lives. You know, you're turning things around, you're building yourselves back up. You're both very similar in that regard. There's been a lot of personal development going on for both of you. So sometimes, you know, maybe communication is difficult, or maybe it's sometimes hard to get together because of the reason that you're both doing a lot of personal development on yourselves. Your person's also got this, I'm quiet to protect you from my ego. So your person might pull back sometimes because they're triggered. Do you know what I mean? And like I've said so many times, your person has got mental health problems or something like that. So, you know, they've had a lot to contend with. So, you know, sometimes they're quiet because they're triggered themselves and they're dealing with their stuff. Let's have a look at your love message from this deck. So just connecting with spirit again. What is the love message? Puzzled, confused, perplexed, conflicted. Interesting. It's an interesting energy that's coming up here. It is like you're going round and round in your mind in circles over something. Something could be irritating you or vexing you. You might be kind of like going around in circles too much, thinking about something, and it might be annoying you. You might be feeling critical or worried about something, you know, and you're overplaying it in your mind, you're overthinking it. Your person as well, overthinking things too much because of what they've been through in the past and kind of like what they've had to deal with, basically. Your person hasn't generally felt very supported in life, I want to say. So therefore, they kind of, they are often sort of conflicted and things like that when it comes to relationships, because they're just like, they're not used to people helping them. They're much more likely to sort of retract back, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's an interesting energy. I don't know if interesting is the right word. It's quite an annoying energy, but it's there. I mean, it's what we're dealing with, isn't it? So let's have a look at the astrology. It's like they're just confused about what's going on. They're overplaying things too much. They might be having some sort of mental health problem at the moment that's kind of, they're not managing very well. Okay, so let's ask Spirit for an astrology energy. Oh, Part of fortune, prosperity. Well, that's very nice. So we have got abundance coming in here. Spirit is saying that, you know, you are prospering. I don't know what path of fortune means, actually. Should we just have a little look in the, whether you know astrology really well or not? I don't know it that well. Let's have a look. Let's have a little look. 32 it is, so it's kind of towards the back. Right, success, abundance, fulfillment, personal growth, happiness, prosperity is a state of mind. It's about allowing ourselves to flourish, knowing our worth. So a lot's going on with you. It goes well beyond the idea of just acquiring wealth. It is about cultivating a mindset of gratitude and about living in the alignment with your values and passions and redefining what success looks like to you. Well, that's absolutely the case, isn't it? Because we've changed so much as a soul group. And when you change your vibration, you know, when you've essentially changed, what you want is going to change, you know, and that's the thing, that, you know, what you now want is different to what you wanted previously, or it might be slightly different, and you are attracting new things. That's the thing, you're attracting new things, and some of what you want might be altering or changing slightly, you know, and that might be quite a strange feeling, and that might be why you're overplaying it too much and you're thinking too much here about things. You're sort of, because you're not who you used to be. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you're not who you used to be, you're not going to want the same things necessarily. So there's a lot of shifting going on for you, and that might be a bit unsettling at the moment, because you might be sort of thinking, God, you know, you might be just second guessing yourself or questioning it too much. And I think what Spirit is saying, they are supporting you to move and flow with the changes of yourself, and that some of the things that you now want are going to maybe change, but we can't rush that process. We've got to kind of sit with it and be patient. You know, that's the only thing with the Queen of Swords, I would say, is that because she's so, you know, hard done by in life, she's really sort of like, she can be a bit too, or she can overthink things too much, and she can try and control things a bit too much. Do you see what I mean? And what Spirit is saying is that you are going through flowing changes, and you are prosperous, and you are attracting different things now, and they might be quite different to what you were attracting before, and you've got to kind of flow with it and see how it all pans out. You can't rush it, so you've got to sort of like chill out a bit, just calm down, and kind of wait. So, which is difficult. You've kind of got to be patient to see how everything's going to pan out, and it might turn out that you're still kind of similar to how you used to be, and you do want some of the same things, but it might be that you're completely different now, and what you actually want is going to sort of change a little bit. So let's go into a numerology. Let's go into a number. We'll ask Spirit for a number. 66. In situations surrounding creativity or personal relationships, angels are sending you the love, guidance and inspiration needed to move forward in these situations. So rest assured, you have got angels around you. They are helping you to, you know, move forward with situations. You know, they're coming through with guidance and inspiration for you. So it is a little bit about being patient and seeing how things go, which is not very easy, is it? Let's face it. Right, angel answers. Let's see what the angels are saying. So we just ask angels of 100% pure light. and archangels to give us a message. How are they helping us, please? Oh, it says unlikely. Okay, interesting. So you have to take that how it resonates, really. But you know, I think it's best to hang back and not push something too quickly or force answers too fast. That's the energy I'm getting. You know, if there's something that you're feeling puzzled about, confused, conflicted about it, fed up, and you're kind of wanting to take control, maybe you're anxious about it, or you're wondering how it's going to go, it's best not to push things too quickly. Like, just, you know, like, take your time. That's what I would say from that card. Because if you push things too quickly or you try to take control, it's unlikely it will go well, I feel. It will be much better to use your patience, much more wise. Okay, we've got the Starseed Oracle here for your spirit guides. This is a very interesting reading, isn't it? Because this is quite different altogether. There's obviously some sort of tricky energy that's come in. Okay. Right, so spirit guides then, please give us some guidance and advice. Okay, share your song, the frequency of sound, and diving deep. Ooh. Whale and orca elders. So there's something here about music, singing, sound, sharing. What does it say? Sharing your song. You might need to talk things over with somebody. It might be wise, before you take any action, to talk things over with somebody, you know, and give it a bit more time and allow yourself to express what is annoying you, and explore it rather than take action on it at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Be careful who you share your thoughts with. You know, that's what I'm saying. Pick someone who's a good advisor, who you can talk things over with, so that, you know, you don't affect things in a negative type of way. Let's have a look at what your loved one in spirit is saying. So, loved ones in spirit. Silence is wisdom. That's what the gurus in India teach. Silence is wisdom. So it is best not to be reactive to somebody who is annoying you, or it is best not to maybe air your concerns to a person because it might upset them. It is best to pick someone impartial. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay, so loved one in spirit, please step forward to us now. Oh, this is lovely. Now, this message from your loved one in spirit realm, they say, we will meet again. Until then, be the happiest that you can be. Right, now I don't know if you can read that because it goes a bit blurry, but it says, we will meet again. Until then, be the happiest that you can be. So your person in spirit wants you to be happy, okay? And that, I feel they have actually done something recently for you to increase your happiness levels. because they could see that you weren't very happy. So something positive has happened in your life fairly recently, which has actually made you happier and cope better in some way. And it was actually your loved one in spirit that affected that change, because they could see that you were suffering and they didn't want you to suffer. Your person in spirit knows that everything is love. And we're here in the matrix, trapped in this matrix in separation, suffering, and they don't want us to suffer like that. They're trying to show us that, we can be happy. So your spirit person has helped you to become happier lately by changing something for the best or for the positive. So like a small positive change that may have happened to you recently, it was actually your loved one in spirit that did it. So we'll thank them for that so much. Thank them so much for their help. So it's an interesting energy that Tarot's picking up, and the cards are picking it up. So you can't make this up, because all the cards are a little bit... Their spirit is trying to communicate that there's something that is either worrying you, concerning you, or annoying you. Okay? Making you feel, not overly happy. You're a bit worried, or, not very happy about something. Try, tarot and the other cards, and what the spirit is saying is try not to, rush anything. Your person as well is definitely overthinking things, or, they're not making their mind up, because of, they're going back and forth in their head about something. They're kind of like often pulling back, and they're a bit quiet. At the end of the day, your person is dealing with things in a predestined way, and they have no idea about this, by the way, because they don't really connect with spirit in the same way you do. They don't understand that actually what they're going through, this has always been predestined. They would go through these things in this manner, and you know that because how deeply spiritual you are, but they don't necessarily realise that. So what I'm trying to say is your person doesn't have as much control over their life as what they think they do, because a lot of what's happening is predestined. And equally, you're both a bit puzzled sometimes, you're both a bit confused sometimes, you're both a bit conflicted at times, but spirit is saying that fortune is on your side. You are going to be abundant, you are attracting beautiful things, really good things, but some of the things you're attracting might change slightly, and some of the ways that you feel might change slightly over time. So don't rush anything. That is definitely the message I'm getting with this unlikely card, and even with the numerology card, we've got angels coming in to support you with your creativity and your relationships. Allow space, for spirit to enter and do what needs to be done, rather than trying to rush things or control things. Just go with the flow. That's what spirit is saying in this reading. Try to go with the flow, be patient, don't try to control anything, because how you feel may alter and shift and change. And so if you need to talk to somebody, because your spirit guides are saying you may need to express yourself either through music or talking, try to pick someone impartial to discuss things with, and then just step back and allow spirit to take the lead in your life and see how things unfold, because you might be surprised. And your loved one in spirit is trying to help you be happy. They want you to be happy, and they may have done something recently to cheer you up. something in your life has improved, and they're kind of responsible for that or helped with that happening. So that is the message. I hope you enjoyed it. I think it's helpful. I think it is a helpful message. I can sort of relate to it. There is something that I've been sort of turning over in my mind. So I do think Spirit has got good advice for us on this one. But yeah, I had quite a busy morning. I had my parenting autism class. My friend popped over to help me with the cleaning because I'm not very good at keeping on top of all of that. Then I've been sorting out counsellors. I've been contacting therapists this morning for my daughter and for myself. So I've been like, boom, 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 boom. Like, I wouldn't say it's not been a stressful morning. It's just been busy. So I'm sorry if I didn't seem as relaxed as I normally do in front of the camera. It's just because I've been a bit busy. But anyway, we thank Spirit for all their advice and support. And we're going to just see what happens, aren't we? Just see what happens, because who knows, you know, sometimes what we want changes because we're changing, and we are going through a lot of shifts at the moment. So we just got to stay open-minded, I think. Stay really open. That's probably the best way to put it. Stay open-minded. That's what I'm going to title it as, I think. Oh dear. Stay open-minded and don't judge anything yet, because that's what the Queen of Swords tends to do. Tends to judge things, and then, you know, you can get down in the dumps when you judge things, but you might be judging things wrongly. And I think your person often does the same thing. They judge things wrongly because of bad experiences or their problems that they've got. They sort of prejudge things in the wrong way. And actually, destiny is taking its course. Your person's not as in control as what they think they are. None of us are. Anyway, lots of love, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.